Hi there. I'm going to do a couple more of these ad hoc videos. That's General Omaha Bradley, who was the commander-in-chief of the American forces in Normandy, and he's seeing off some of his troops. I'm not being able to identify this location, but it looks to me like a bit like Hiltonbury. And here you can see some school children waving them off. This was a bit of a non-event for them because of the rehearsals. They got used to seeing the troops moving through the town, never quite knowing if it was the real thing. This is the cement works. I call them the cement works. I think they're aggregate works opposite the St Mary's Sports Stadium. This is Embarkation Hard S4. That was the Itchen Bridge, and that's where they left from. If you saw that clapperboard, people will tell you that the Americans didn't leave Southampton on D-Day. That clapperboard said June the 6th, and I think what happened was, because of the day's delay, they weren't supposed to leave from Southampton on D-Day, but they in fact did. So although you will be told the Americans didn't leave Southampton on D-Day, I'm telling you differently because of what we just saw on that clapperboard. This is, as I say, this is S4. You might be interested to see the, this is the first thing I want you to note is these bald-headed blokes waving their helmets to the camera. What's that all about? This is the Embarkation Hard S4 opposite the sports stadium. So those colour pictures I just saw, this is where this is, and here we can see them loading up. I'm not sure, but this may have been vessels for Omaha Beach. The reason I say that is because the same piece of film that we're going to see in a moment of Omaha Beach was on this piece of film, attached to this piece of film. And there you see the British Royal Navy officers helping them leave the berth, and that's the River Itchen you could see behind. That is not the River Itchen, that's of course a Solent, and these are the American ships on their way to Bloody Omaha, because obviously it was the worst the deadliest beach of them all, of all the Allied beaches. I think something like 2,000 Americans died on Omaha Beach alone, out of a total of 4.5 maybe that died on D-Day. And this is how we know it's Omaha Beach, because that cliff is recognisable as Omaha Beach. And here we can see the landing craft coming ashore. Lots of problems with the Omaha Beach. Here they are, the GIs coming ashore. The tanks that were supposed to be DD tanks that were supposed to wade ashore were disembarked a couple of miles offshore and sank on the way in, although they were protected at the front of the DD, not the sides, and when they waves hit them from the side, the tanks just sank. And obviously these troops ashore didn't have the benefit of armour support. What happened was they lost all their officers, and it was only left up to the ordinary GIs, enlisted men on the beach, to make their own way up the beach. And basically they said to each other, if I'm going to die here, I'm going to take a few of the enemy with me. And it was by gathering together in small groups that they eventually made it up the beach. Anyway, the question is, what were those old guys, bold guys, doing, lifting their helmets and turning to the camera? And the answer is that when the troops in Southampton heard about the deaths of the paratroopers who landed prior to D-Day, as a mark of respect for their fallen comrades, they shaved their heads and went Mohican. And I believe that is what that gesture is to the camera. It's to show them their camaraderie. Of course, that was that camaraderie that was noted in the series The Band of Brothers. This story shall the good man teach his son, and Crispin shall ne'er go by from this day to the ending of the world, but we in it shall be remembered, we few, we happy few, we band of brothers. For he today that sheds his blood with me shall be my brother, be he ne'er so vile. This day shall gentle his condition, and gentlemen in England now abed shall think themselves accursed that they were not here, and hold their head and hold their manhoods cheap, whilst any speaks that fought with us upon St. Crispin's day.